Tyrone Poole has played one.
All right, Jim Nantz and company back here in New York. So the Patriots take over on downs, leading 23-16. Again, here are the games coming up. For most of you, it's Cleveland against San Francisco. Can the Browns get it going today after an 0-2 start? Some will see Baltimore, San Diego. We know we'll see you at halftime. Enjoy it all right here on CBS.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the National Football League on CBS Sports, home of Super Bowl 38.
It's a hot and humid day here in San Francisco. In fact, at 87 degrees, it is the hottest game for the 49ers here in San Francisco in over a decade. The coaches on opposite sides today. Butch Davis in his third year as the head man of the Cleveland Browns, looking for their first win of the season. On the other side of the field, a man who is back in the pro game. And in his first year as the San Francisco 49ers head coach, Dennis Erickson. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armen Keteyian here in San Francisco. We are glad that you've joined us for a couple of teams that, spark a little bit more than just the casual interest. The 49ers came into this week the highest scoring team in the league and have shown a marked difference in attitude under Dennis Erickson.
I think most people around the league will tell you and agree the 49ers are a really good football team. The Cleveland Browns, last week, they give up a rushing record. They're mad, they're embarrassed. I expect to see a very spirited effort from them today. Andre Davis, number 87, is deep. Owen Pachman just signed this week to be the kicker. Kicks it away for the 49ers. And out of bounds.
Kickoff out of bounds. By rule, the ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line. First down.
So field position for Kelly Holcomb and the Cleveland Browns right off the bat thanks to that out-of-bounds kick. There you see Kelly Holcomb's numbers on the year. On offense, the calls on the offensive line being handled by Jeff Fay, the rookie center, first-round draft choice out of Notre Dame. And Browns offense slow to start this season. Just one TD on the board. Kevin Johnson has it. A touchdown catch from Kelly Holcomb. Welcome to those of you who watched the Jets fall to the New England Patriots. And right off the bat, William Green on the carry for about a yard for San Francisco on defense. Up front, four-time Pro Bowler Bryant Young anchors an active and aggressive front four. Speaking of active and aggressive, that's linebacker Julian Peterson to a T, one of the most talented football players in the NFL. The 49ers secondary, don't be surprised if the Browns try to make Mike Rump their primary target today. Parrish, Bronson, and Plummer round out the secondary. On 2nd and 9, the handoff and falling to the turf at the 40-yard line is William Green. That'll be the loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, Greg, let's talk about the Cleveland Brown offense. First, you got to talk about Kelly Holcomb. He wins the starting job over Tim Couch in preseason. We saw Kelly Holcomb last night, and I said, how you doing? He said, I'm ready to go. I got to get some of this bitterness out of my mouth. And the way you do that, the way you get over last week's game, you play this one. He's very disappointed in his play and wants to show what he can do today.
Has been shouldering what Butch Davis says is too much of the blame so far for the Fortunes. That pass just across midfield, incomplete. Steve Hayden felt he made the catch, and he wants his coaching staff to challenge it.
From up here, it looks like he did make the catch. It looked like he got his hands underneath. Excellent throw by Kelly Holcomb, and that is not going to be a completion. Before he gains control of the football, you could see it hit the ground.
So back to punt it away is Chris Gardocki. 909 consecutive punts without having one block. That's an NFL record. Jimmy Williams. Breaks free up the middle, across the 20, across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. 48-yard punt, 13-yard return, and onto the field comes Jeff Garcia, a Pro Bowler for the last 3 consecutive seasons. The San Francisco offensive line hit by a rash of ankle injuries, nothing but youth to Garcia's left. Rookie Quaim Harris starts at tackle. Second-year man Kyle Kosher starts at guard. Cleveland's primary concern, everybody who plays the 49ers hopes to keep number 81, Terrell Owens, in check. It's easier said than done. Garcia to throw on first down and fires across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Ty Streets with the reception, and with a man right in his face, Garcia laid it in there.
Well, Jeff Garcia thought they might have to throw a lot of short passes today, but when you blitz, you can go down the field because you have that one-on-one coverage. Ty Streets, 49ers have loved big wide receivers in the past. They got 2 of them now.
Streets comes to the near side of the field. Owens to the top of your picture. Movement up front, penalty markers fly, and the give to number 20, Garrison Hurst. Welcome to those of you who watched the New England Patriots chalk up a 23-16 win over the New York Jets. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan in San Francisco for this doubleheader game between the Browns and the 49ers.
Offside, defense, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Penalty is on Gerard Warren. There's a look at Dennis Erickson.
Well, Greg, we had a chance to talk to Dennis Erickson. We talked to him about a lot of things, getting back in the league. We talked about Jeff Garcia, of course. He's amazed at the size and how Jeff Garcia can take punishment and still survive and play well in this league.
Garcia, play fake. Hits his man inside the 40. Terrell Owens out of bounds at the 35-yard line and a first down.
This is something the 49ers did not do enough of last year. A play-action fake. You allow a receiver as talented, as big, and as fast as Terrell Owens to go down the field. Now you give him more space to operate in, and Jeff Garcia is showing that he has the arm to get it down there. And when they're big and fast, they're hard to bring down, too.
Terrell Owens is that, isn't he? Big and fast.
And he's good.
From the 35. Hurst, and Hurst met in the backfield by number 24, Robert Griffith. Let's take a look at the Cleveland Browns defense. The front 4, Courtney Brown, Gerard Warren, Orpheus Roy, and Kennard Lang, Cleveland's early sack leader with 2. When Jamal Lewis wasn't blowing through the defense last week, middle linebacker Andre Davis was registering a career-high 15 tackles. The secondary, Henry and McCutcheon on the corners. The safeties are a little, and as you saw there, the veteran of the group, Robert Griffin, in his 10th season in the NFL.
The 49ers expected Cleveland to play very conservative on defense. So far, 3 blitzes trying to get the quarterback to make something happen for their defense.
Garcia on 2nd and 12, steps up, and on the move, and is going to keep it to the 30 and slides down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So Garcia picks up 9. It'll be 3rd and 3.
When you play the 49ers, here's Courtney Brown. Watch how he gets so deep. Then you get the interior defensive lineman there, and you create these huge running lanes for Jeff Garcia. He never steps around the defense. He always goes up. So if you're an outside rusher and you get deeper than the quarterback, then you are going to create extra time, a running lane, and throws down the field by doing that.
3rd and 3. Garrison Hurst, first down to the 21-yard line. So they're running on the Cleveland defense, and that Cleveland defense was hit and hit hard by Baltimore running back Jamal Lewis last week. Talking to Robert Griffith, the safety for the Browns, we asked him if he was embarrassed last week. He said, absolutely, I was completely embarrassed.
Well, what happens? Look at this graphic. When teams give up records like they did, here's what they do. Oh, messed it up. But what they do the following week, 4 out of 5 win the game the following week. So by going by that, because you're embarrassed, you want to rectify what you've just done, you come out, you play very well, but a very good opening drive by the San Francisco 49er offense.
First carries to about the 16-yard line.
You know, I got to talk about, Greg, we talked about Dennis Erickson. A lot of fun to talk to. He just, you know, I don't mean this is the best. We'd like to have a beer, sit there and talk, because he just likes to talk a little bit about football. But he says, coming back into the NFL, I said, what was your first impression where it changed? He goes, the league is much more aggressive now than it was 4 years ago when I left.
2nd and 5. Garcia with time throws near side, and that is complete to about the 10-yard line. Cedric Wilson, number 84, with the catch.
When you're playing a football team like the San Francisco 49ers offense, if you're going to blitz, you better get to the quarterback quick. 4 blitzes now by Cleveland's defense. 4 times Jeff Garcia stood back there and had all day to throw. The blitz is going to come from the outside. Nice pickup. Look at the pocket. And Jeff Garcia gets everything into the throw, puts it on target, and they pick up a first down.
1st and goal, just inside the 10-yard line. Kevin Barlow, the lone back, and he gets the handoff, and he is hit and dropped. That'll be a loss of yardage on the play. Andre Davis with the stop for a loss of 2. You know, the common perception of Jeff Garcia is that he's a running quarterback, but both players and coaches have said he will run and scramble around when he's back there just to create opportunities.
No question. If it's 3rd and 3, he might run for it and pick up the first down. But by and large, he is tremendous at moving around in the pocket. Always, most of the time, I shouldn't say always, most of the time, slides to his right so he can throw on the run.
2nd and goal, pump fake. Garcia on the move now to the 5 and down at the 1.
What a hit.
Robert Griffith, Earl Little combined to prevent the touchdown. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, we talked to Dennis Erickson about his quarterback. He says this guy, he deserves a Purple Heart for all the hits he's taken in the first 2 games. Earl Little just stops the touchdown and drives Jeff Garcia backwards. But it wouldn't matter if you protected Garcia in the passing game. He's just one of those guys. He's going to find a way to get beat up each week. There was a good example of it on that play.
Barlow and Beasley in the backfield. Barlow on the move. Beasley straight ahead. Didn't get there. This Cleveland defense has been tough in the red zone so far this season. Opponents have been in the red zone 5 times and have not scored a touchdown yet.
Andre Davis, number 54, is going to come up in there. Just fills up the hole along with Bentley. Stops the runner from getting in. Andre Davis has just been a tackling machine the first 2 weeks of the season.
4th and goal. Beasley and Hurst in the backfield.
Sorry, Greg. I think they're going to throw it.
Straight ahead, Beasley goes airborne. Did he get there? No touchdown signal yet. What a stand by the Cleveland Browns. The Browns deny the 49ers at the half-yard line. We'll take a timeout and go the other way. You see referee Tony Corrente taking a look at the replays because Dennis Erickson has thrown the flag, insisting that the 49ers did indeed score a touchdown. Take a look. And we'll look at it now from the other side of the field. Beasley airborne. The question is, did the ball break the plane of the goal line?
It's easy for you to say. I think the first shot is the one that's where you get a better look at it.
Well, let's see if there's enough there for Tony to make his decision.
After reviewing the play, there is no material evidence to overturn the ruling on the field. The ball is short of the goal line. First down. San Francisco will be charged with a timeout.
That's what I was going to say. It has to be conclusive. And can you say without a doubt that the football crossed the goal line? Greg?
Probably depends on which sideline you're on down there.
That would help. That's right.
But no, I didn't think that there was enough there for Tony Corrente to change it either way. The call would have been made.
But it's an excellent challenge by the 49ers. Dennis Erickson
49ers with a drive of 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Nothing to show for it yet from the half-yard line. Kelly Holcomb going to hold it and nudge it out a couple of yards. And it'll be second down.
Well, Greg, you said something that earlier about Kelly Holcomb. He was shouldering way too much of the blame on himself. And look, that's what happens when you're the quarterback. He knows it. He said, I'm the reason we lost the game last week. Like an old college coach of his said, son, you can't win it by yourself, but you sure can lose it by yourself. And that's what he felt like he did in Baltimore. And when a quarterback, when you take responsibility, also what it does. That's the play.
William Green out to about the 4, maybe the 5.
I mean, you really take the responsibility and you say those things, it kind of cleanses your soul. It makes you feel a little better. Okay, it's over. It's me. Let's move on. So I think that's another reason why he spoke up and said it was his fault.
How does that make you feel better?
Telling the truth makes you feel better sometimes, Greg. And Kelly Holcomb is definitely limping. And it must have happened when he was running the quarterback sneak. I did not notice it after his first pass attempt.
He's got a 3rd and 6 now. Holcomb from the shotgun. Here come the Niners. Quick pass out here, and that's complete. And that'll go for first down and a little bit more. Out to the 14 or 15-yard line is Jamel White, and it's a first down, Cleveland.
When you play the San Francisco 49ers and this defense, your day is going to be determined on how did we do against their blitz. Look at all the blitzers coming. The Cleveland Browns were ready for it. They let Jamel White come out of the backfield. He doesn't block anybody. Nobody's covering, wide open for the first down.
Drop for Holcomb, throws outside, and that's complete to Andre Davis. Andre Davis down the sideline, out to about the 40-yard line and a first down.
Let's go back. Nice play by Kelly Holcomb and Andre Davis. The quarterback sneak. Chidi Ahanatu falls on the back of his legs, and it looks like where he got hurt. And when he dropped back the pass, that last one, very noticeably, you could see that he does not have the spring in his step that he normally would.
Line of scrimmage, the 36-yard line. And for a yard or two is William Green. And Holcomb continues to limp a little bit, and Tim Couch starts to throw on the sideline.
Yeah, he's going to try to fight his way through this for a while. And sometimes if you just keep walking, you keep playing, I don't know what it is. I think either your body adjusts or you just get used to the pain and you quit limping. I know you can't relate to that, Greg.
Used to the pain?
Yeah.
Holcomb stands in there, throws incomplete. Number 85, Kevin Johnson, the intended receiver. Ahmed Plummer right there with him.
Pressure defense. Jim Mora Jr., the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. One of the reasons why they like to pressure the quarterback, it helps the corners. The corners say, hey, we're going to get to the quarterback. We don't have to go for the fakes. We know they're going to throw it on time. There's Jim Mora Jr. And I know the change of coaches here in San Francisco has changed his outlook on how to manage a football game.
3rd and 8. Holcomb throws that one into the dirt at the feet of Kevin Johnson.
Oh, yeah, Kelly Holcomb, listen, if this was Dan Marino, you let him play through it, but this is going to be tough. When you have a backup quarterback like Tim Couch, you don't let a quarterback sit in there and miss a few plays when they're there to be. And I see Bruce Arians, the offensive coordinator, talking to Kelly Holcomb right now.
Gardocki to punt it away. See if he gets a bounce on this one. It's a sideways bounce and a little bit of a Cleveland advantage to about the 25-yard line. Kelly Holcomb gets this ball away and looks down at his leg and goes, what's wrong with me?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 38. Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you, nothing's better, Dr. Pepper. And by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
First down, San Francisco, their own 25-yard line as we resume play, and Kelly Holcomb with that right ankle being looked at on the sideline. Here's Kevin Barlow. And that Cleveland defense headed by Courtney Brown makes the tackle. Let's go down to Armin.
Greg, it's obviously the right ankle of Kelly Holcomb. They've been kind of probing on the outside of that right ankle. They're now retaping it. I'm standing right here as they're doing that. Kelly's in some considerable pain. The shoe be off. It looks like it might be one of those dreaded high ankle sprains, Greg.
All right, Armin, thank you.
Well, a quarterback, it takes a good arm to play in this league, but if you don't have healthy legs under that good arm, that arm turns into way below average and very inaccurate. So it's going to be important that he's healthy enough to keep going down the field.
Quick drop, quick pass, incomplete, intended for Terrell Owens. And it'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, it's a little different, like I said, what the 49ers were expecting. You know, what the term that Jeff Garcia said to us, well, it might be a lot of dinking and dunking out there today. And because he expected Cleveland to be very careful, not take any chances, especially when you got a defense that gave up so many big runs last week, playing a team that runs the ball very well.
Garcia with 41 passing yards and 19 rushing yards. That was his first incomplete pass of the day. From the shotgun now. Flips it to Barlow. Barlow can't escape the tackle, and he's down at about the 20-yard line. Sean Thompson, the rookie out of West Texas A&M, for a loss of 2, and the punting unit will come on.
Yeah, Sean Thompson, Butch Davis told us he was going to play some today, and why you bring him in there? Well, he's a good player, second-round draft pick. He's fast, and he can run down plays just like that screen plays on 3rd down.
That's Kelly Holcomb on the sideline, putting his shoe back on. The word from the Browns is that it is indeed, as Armin said, a sprained right ankle, but he is expected to return. Andre Davis, deep for the kick. Davis from the 30. 35, penalty markers all over the place. It's raining yellow flags. Loose football on the field. 49ers say they have recovered. We could go in about 10 different directions here. Arnaz Battle covered the football for the 49ers. And the 49ers believe it's their football.
Well, then why are they talking about the penalty?
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 56. This penalty is declined. First down.
Dwayne Carpenter with the hit. Arnaz Battle with the recovery. And the 49ers with the ball now at the Cleveland 37-yard line.
Nice job of punching the football out. Dwayne Carpenter, like you said, Greg, gets in behind the runner, hits him, not expecting it, makes the football come loose.
49ers had 2 special teams fumble recoveries last week in the loss to St. Louis. Register 1 here today, and Garcia and the 49ers in business at the 37.
When you're more aggressive on offense, more aggressive on defense, it's going to show up in your special teams too.
Garcia over the middle, and that's complete. To about the 33 or 32-yard line to Hurst. Kevin Bentley all over him. It'll be 2nd down.
Wow, Jeff Garcia's limping too. Cleveland Browns have had 2 opportunities today. A team embarrassed about last week. You start out the game on the 40-yard line. You've got a punt return. It looks like it's going to give you good field position again. You fumble, opportunities lost. And also, why is it important? Because they're looking for something to give them confidence to drive them forward.
Garcia on 2nd and 6, play fake. On the crossing pattern, has his man tight end Jed Weaver. Weaver weaves his way inside the 15-yard line. It'll be first down, and once again, 49ers in the red zone knocking on the door.
Well, they're knocking on the door. It's just a blown assignment by the Cleveland Browns defense. Somebody has got to cover the tight end when he comes across on a play-action fake. But you know what happens? You just gave up a record in the running game last week with Jamal Lewis. You are so conscious of making sure you're in the right spot to stop the run that you go, oh, wait, I got somebody to cover on the play-action pass game.
Well, we asked Butch Davis, and Butch Davis says we have too many guys trying to come up with the big play instead of just doing their job.
Highlight plays, and that is true, Greg. We saw it. We watched the film.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Garcia running out of time. Lost the football. Picked up by a lineman, number 78, Scott Gregg. And Gregg returns it to the 13-yard line. Courtney Brown with the hit and forcing the fumble. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter. Cleveland looking for that first win of the year. San Francisco, we're scoreless. We'll come back after this. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Welcome back to San Francisco along with Phil Simms, Greg Gumbel, and all week long people have been talking about that running performance by Jamal Lewis against the Browns. How does the team come out of that? The guys we talk to are very upset.
Well, they should be. And I think in the National Football League, you're a professional athlete. You have tremendous pride. The one way you can hurt that pride to a professional athlete is to manhandle him. And that's what happened to the Cleveland defense last week.
Going to the far side and out of bounds, Terrell Owens.
You know, Greg, it's like testing your manhood. Like you're not, it's like the bully in the street just kind of punched you and you knew there was nothing you could do about it.
And we were, we were kind of surprised to hear Butch Davis say, look, there were a lot of long runs by Jamal Lewis, but he felt that there were a lot of good things to be said about his defense a week ago.
Well, yeah, if you could knock out 4 plays, I thought they played really well. If I could take out 2 or 3 plays in every game I played my career, I'd have been in the Hall of Fame already, too.
3rd and 7.
Well, maybe not.
Garcia from the shotgun. Under the gun, and down he goes. Back behind the 20 to the 22-yard line. Mark Word, number 90, leading the charge.
What is going to really save this Cleveland defense, and even Butch Davis said it, for them to have a pretty good year on defense, the defensive line has got to come through. He's got #1 draft picks up there. You saw Word make the sack. You have Courtney Brown, Gerard Warren, Orpheus Roy has been playing well, Kennard Lang. They have to pressure the quarterback to make this team, to give them a good chance to win.
38-yard field goal attempt by Owen Pochman. You can see it's been a while. Signed this week to replace Jeff Chandler. His kick is on the way, and it is good. Teammates will say, Owen, welcome to San Fran. They failed to dent the end zone. Mark Ward's sack took care of that, but the 49ers take a 3-point lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by T-Mobile. Get more minutes, more features, more service. And by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Well, the MetLife Blimp Snoopy 2 cruising the skies over San Francisco to provide aerial coverage for our game today. The blimp typically cruises at a speed of 35 miles an hour at an altitude of 1,200 feet. Pochman's kick. This will be Andre Davis from the 10. 25. And out across to the 30-yard line. And Kelly Holcomb going to give that ankle a try. 20-yard return. Cleveland on offense after this. At halftime, the Nextel halftime report comes your way from New York. Jim, Dion, Dan, Boomer have today's scores and highlights all coming up on the Nextel halftime report. Kelly Holcomb back in at quarterback. Tim Couch has been loosening up on the sideline. The give is to William Green, and Green not going far at all. Derek Smith, the middle linebacker, with the stop. And we go down to Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Couple of notes on Kelly Holcomb. During that last 49er series, he got a heavy-duty tape job. He wasn't taped around his ankles before, both inside and out, but I think the most telling scene was while the 49ers were on the field, Kelly had a pretty good conversation with Tim Couch. Immediately after that, Tim started to warm up again and put that helmet on. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. Does it surprise you that Kelly Holcomb wasn't taped beforehand?
Yeah, I can't believe it. That some little tape, but that tells you, Armin, good report, because he's telling Tim, be ready. I'm going to give it one more shot.
That won't count. Movement before the snap.
You know, I've been watching Kelly Holcomb. He's testing his ankle between every play constantly.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, the right guard. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
You can see the tape.
Yeah, and you know what, too? That your foot hurts. It throws the rhythm off. And throwing a football is so much has to do with rhythm because it is a big object. So very, very tough situation, but you just try to fight through it.
2nd and 14. Holcomb throws far side. Nice catch made out there by Aaron Shea, number 80. Let's check in with Jim Nantz for an NFL Today update in New York. Jim.
All right, thank you, Greg. Let's check in on Jamal Lewis. Ravens with the football near midfield. Here comes Lewis, 1 week off the record, and he fumbles, but teammate Alan Ricard is there, and he'll run it back all the way for the touchdown. 7-3 Ravens as we start the second. Back to Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim, thank you. Boy, those San Diego Chargers are much like the Cleveland Browns, having a tough time finding that first win of the season. 3rd and 12. Holcomb stands in there and throws out to the 45-yard line. Is that a completion? It is. Sliding catch made by Kevin Johnson, and that's enough for a first down. 17 yards.
Tremendous pressure on Kelly Holcomb. They're going to blitz all the time. Julian Peterson gets to him, and Kelly Holcomb does an excellent job of staying in there, finding the open receiver. Chidi Ahanotu gets a hit too, and we knew, we're talking to the 49ers, they wanted to put pressure on Kelly Holcomb.
The give is to William Green, and William Green stopped at about the line of scrimmage.
You know, Greg, they wanted to put pressure on him because they said a couple things. We want to hit him. We think we got a quarterback that's lacking confidence, so we don't want him to gain any, especially early. So make him feel uncomfortable, make him second guess his decisions, and you do that to a quarterback by hitting him as often as you can.
Butch Davis was very definite about it. He said, we can make some plays if we can block him up.
They don't make a secret out. They just line up. It's pretty old-fashioned. Here we come.
Quick drop. He got rid of it. Oh, what a diving catch across the 45 by Quincy Morgan for a first down. And once again, Holcomb stood in there in the face of a huge rush.
Yeah, they're all over the quarterback. This time he hurts his hand or his arm as he throws the football. But Quincy Morgan, excellent catch. And that's what Kelly Holcomb said. You're right, Greg. If we can block them, they will give you the opportunity for the big play down the field. But it's a huge if. 2 games, nobody's really protected a quarterback that well.
Holcomb still with the football. Flips it and almost intercepted. It is, no, incomplete. Jamie Winborn, as quick a linebacker as you're likely to come across in the National Football League, almost picked it off.
Well, we saw this exact play in preseason against the Green Bay Packers. Kelly Holcomb threw that exact same screenplay that went for about 70 or 80 yards. 49ers, that was the 2nd or 3rd exhibition game, I think, of the preseason. They have seen it. They reacted very well to it.
You know, I guess the question to be asked, Phil, and no one really knows, is as time goes on, is that ankle of Kelly Holcomb going to feel better, or is it going to start to feel worse?
Well, we're not going to know that, and he'll probably never tell the truth either.
On the end around, Andre Davis to the 30, and penalty marker flies way out from the sideline.
I think they're going to call Kevin Johnson on the illegal block. But when you have a fast defense one that's really going after this 49er defense. This is fun to watch. They're pretty reckless. But when you're fast, you're susceptible to reverses, to not trick plays, to run one way, throw it another. And Jim Mora Jr., as they're discussing this, top block.
Personal foul, illegal crackback, offense number 85, 15-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
That's who it was, Kevin Johnson, and this is a costly one. It's going to move them all the way back to the Cleveland 45-yard line.
Yeah, he went inside, which you can't do as a wide receiver. He went inside too far, blocked below the waist, personal foul, 15 yards.
So now it's 2nd and 22. Holcomb over the middle and right through the hands of Quincy Morgan.
Yeah, just off target. Should have hit him. And having ankle injuries as a quarterback in my career, couple things. One, it's going to make you throw off target, of course, because you just don't have the function of your whole body the way you want to. But the biggest thing is you've got to make sure it doesn't alter your decision making. In other words, don't take the easy throw if the big one's there, because you're not sure about how you are physically.
3rd and a big 22. Good protection for Holcomb. He's on the move, running out of time now. Finally got rid of it and got popped. Andre Carter and Jamie Winborn closed on him. He threw it away, and it's 4th down.
No energy, no life in the Cleveland offense. That time, I don't know what they had set up. I got a great view. Usually I can tell. Was it a screen? The receivers stopped and were blocking. Kelly Holcomb's looking down the field, and you saw Butch Davis is he's disgusted. There was no play to even be attempted that time.
Jimmy Williams back at his own 10-yard line for the kick from Gardocki. Williams from his 8. Out to about the 20-yard line before he's brought down. Just over 9 minutes to play in the first half. It's still a 3-0 49er lead. We'll be right back. Hey, 1 week from today on CBS, Catherine Morris stars in the next great crime drama from CSI executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Don't miss the premiere of Cold Case next Sunday after 60 Minutes right here on CBS. 49ers work from their own 21-yard line. Here comes the blitz. Griffith is cut off. Garcia gets rid of it. Barlow shoots one tackler and works his way out to about the 25-yard line. Now here we're talking about Kelly Holcomb and his physical situation. You kind of get the feeling Jeff Garcia really doesn't get into the mood of the game until he's been knocked around 4 or 5 times. A bruise here.
Oh, last week in St. Louis on the AstroTurf against a fast defense. Basically, the offensive line is just in shambles. He took some tremendous hits, but he did get knocked out for a few plays, but he's played that way his whole career, and he just knows how to survive. Come on, Pat. Push it.
This time on the ground, Kevin Barlow.
And you know, Greg, it's part of who he is, really. It's the way he plays, and you asked him the question, I think, the other day on Friday we were talking to him. His moving, how does he see receivers and throw it to them on the run? Because he's been doing it his whole life. That's the only way he has found a way to survive and to be productive and to be a starting quarterback, whether it's high school, college, or the Canadian Football League. And he's done it here with the 49ers, of course, too, very well. 3 straight Pro Bowls.
Play fake. Garcia with time throws and hits Aaron Walker, and Walker out to about the 38-yard line for a first down.
Nice play action fake. It's third and it's about 1 yard or half a yard, I should say. Very tough situation for linebackers. Barry Gardner has the coverage. You protect the run. Somebody has to get open a little bit. Jeff Garcia finds him.
Talking about Garcia and his whole approach, he said, I'm 33 years old, and I'm only now just finding out that I don't have to throw all off season.
Yeah, that's right. Well, look at all the first downs so far today. I have to admit, though, I didn't think he could have long success, Jeff Garcia.
Here's Barlow, and Barlow out close to the 45-yard line. Earl Little coming in to wrap him up.
I didn't think he would have prolonged success in the NFL just because I didn't think he threw the ball well enough. But over time, and we've done so many of their games, I think he's gotten better at throwing the football every single year. And I watched him in practice, watched him on film this week. I think he throws it better now than he ever has.
I kind of wonder if he was going to have a prolonged career simply because compared to other quarterbacks, he's not as big as they are physically. He sure takes a beating.
Smallest quarterback, starting quarterback in the National Football League.
All kinds of time. Finally got rid of him this side of the field. Under pressure from number 97, Alvin McKinney, and it'll be 3rd and 4.
And that's a little different. I'm not going to be able to show you that. You just have to take my word this time. But Jeff Garcia was looking down the field, and even though it hasn't been productive yet, you can tell by the design of the plays that they're trying to get it down there for the bigger yards in the air. And Jeff Garcia said last year, I wouldn't take those chances. Dennis Erickson says, hey, if you don't take a chance, you're never going to know. So every once in a while, air it out. Big receivers can make plays for you down the field.
3rd and 4. Quick drop. Going to throw it down the far side of the field. It is incomplete. Intended for Terrell Owens, covered by Anthony Henry.
That was a perfect throw by Jeff Garcia. Terrell Owens, it looks like, does not do a good enough job running through the football. Watch him go down the field over the outside shoulder. You could see that little bit of jiggle by Terrell Owens. It's enough to slow him down and keep him from running right through the football to make the catch. Excellent throw. And Terrell Owens just kicked his helmet.
Andre Davis, let it bounce. Oh, stuck inside the 5-yard line and goes into the end zone.
Know the rules.
Are you talking to me?
Well, myself, but also the players.
Well, the Cleveland Browns are only down 3, but that's the kind of day Kelly Holcomb has had. Combine that with the ankle injury and the fact that he's getting not much help from the ground game, and it hasn't been one of those games yet that Kelly Holcomb can write home about.
What was it Dennis Erickson said to us away from the NFL in 4 years? He came back, he goes, man, the quarterback sure gets hit a lot over here. And they do.
Holcomb almost stumbled as he went back and will launch it down the field, and it's incomplete, and penalty marker flies. Mike Rumph is the cornerback. Kevin Johnson working on him.
Mike Rumph singled up against Kevin Johnson. Greg, you said first off.
Pass interference, defense number 24. Automatic first down.
When you saw that replay, you are going to get that flag thrown at you if you stick that arm out there and impede the wide receiver. Mike Rumph was in excellent position, but when you put the arm bar out, you think it doesn't matter? Try running a race and have somebody put their arm in front of you and just barely touch you. It slows you down dramatically, and that's why they throw the flag.
27-yard penalty moves the ball out to the 47-yard line. This is William Green. And Green to midfield. It'll be 2nd and 7, and Holcomb, well, it's been a struggle for him today. This is where Chidi Ahanotu fell on that right ankle. He suffered the sprain, and the 49er defense has been relentless as usual.
Well, it's kind of, Greg, it goes back to what I said. You're a quarterback now in the National Football League. I don't care how fast you are. They're still going to hit you.
2nd and 7. Quincy Morgan in motion to the far side of the field. Here come the 49er. Got rid of it over the middle, completed to the 42-yard line, and Kevin Johnson. Good job by Holcomb.
Excellent job, but again, it's the pressure defense. Julian Peterson gets in there. Just look at all the defenders on the right side of the Cleveland offense. Julian Peterson went airborne, still does not get to Kelly Holcomb. Excellent job by William Green making the block to give Holcomb extra time, or I shouldn't say extra, a little bit of time to throw it down the field.
First down, Cleveland at the 42. On the handoff left side inside the 35 is William Green. Julian Peterson was telling us defensively, it's an awful lot of fun out there now if you're a 49er. He says, we just don't play coverage all day. We can get after people.
Well, yeah, it's got to be as fun as it can be. And a lot of reasons why you blitz. One, Dennis Erickson believes in it. Pressure the quarterback, pressure the offense. He did it when he was a head coach with the Seattle Seahawks. He had Jimmy Johnson as defensive coordinator. But one of the other big reasons you do it too is it hides your corners. If they're not really good at covering people, then blitz, so your corners don't have to do such an excellent job on the outside, taking away wide receivers.
On first down, penalty markers fly. Green looking for running room and doesn't find it up the middle. Let's see if the 49ers jumped offside on the far side of the field.
Boy, it's amazing. There's 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Offside, defense number 95 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty remains, first down.
That's fourth-year man John Engelberger.
Right in front of us. And I said it's amazing, Greg. There's only about 3:40 and counting now because it's gone fast the first half. And really, not much has happened. Nobody can really make the play to get the game going or to get momentum on their side, especially on offense.
Coming this way is Green, and Green inside the 25 to the 23. I know why you say it's moving fast, because we were in Philadelphia a week ago. The game felt like it lasted about a month.
It did.
4-yard pickup on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1.
This is a good drive by Cleveland. Bruce Arians, the offensive coordinator. When you look at this Cleveland football team, of course they're disappointed to be 0-2. But the biggest reason is they thought their offense, that's going to be illegal substitution.
Movement in the huddle, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains, second down.
And why that's a penalty, it's deceiving the opposition. You got to show who you're bringing in and taking out so the defense can react. But going back to the offense, why, of course, Greg, like I said, they're disappointed to be 0-2, but they thought this offense was going to be explosive. And so did I. We saw it in preseason. 3, 4 top-notch wide receivers.
Now Kelly Holcomb wants a timeout. And that'll stop the clock with 2:23 to play here in the first half. The Browns trying to get on the board. We'll be back.
In my dream, I'm in a museum.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM, official information technology partner of the NFL. KFC. KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Get some today. And by Chrysler Crossfire. Dreamed in America, crafted in Germany.
Tonight here on CBS, if you missed the premiere of Survivor Pearl Islands, you can watch tonight. Castaways are tossed overboard with just the clothes on their backs and a special encore presentation. Survivor Pearl Islands tonight after 60 minutes and without a trace. Don't miss an all-new episode Thursday here on CBS. 2nd and 6 for the Browns. Holcomb goes down at the 37. Julian Peterson and Derek Smith.
Boy, it's really impressive what the 49ers are doing. They are so fast on the defensive side. The defensive linemen are quick. You can see the blitz coming inside, the third one coming. And you've got to know, enough of the game has gone by already. They're going to blitz almost every single play. Be ready for it.
Boy, we talked to Kelly Holcomb, and what did he say? When you come out of the huddle, first thing you have to do is find 98 on the field.
He's good.
2 minutes to play in the first half. 49ers 3, the Browns nothing. '49er fans are on their feet. 3rd and 14, and Holcomb will work out of the shotgun.
Changing the protection.
Here comes the blitz. Here comes everybody, and down he goes at the 45-yard line.
It's Julian. No, I'm sorry. I thought it was number 98 on the sack. It's Ronnie Hurd coming from the outside. They put so much pressure up inside, there's really nobody to account for the outside rusher.
That not only takes them out of first down possibilities, takes them out of field goal range.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nextel Coast to Coast Walkie-Talkie. Nextel, done. And by Castrol Syntec. Everything else is just motor oil.
Well, let's watch what happened on that last blitz. Jamel White is on this side. Everybody's blocked up front. Excellent job. He is supposed to come across and get the unblocked Ronnie Hurd. And why I think it's right, you watch, they're still talking. For the last 3 minutes, they have been talking to Jamel White, and I saw him gesturing like you're supposed to come over and get the last guy.
Gardaki's kick bouncing inside the 5. They try to save it at the goal line, and do they?
I don't think so.
Ruled a touchback.
One of the linebackers who knocked it out as he came in and touched it had his foot on the line.
Sherrod Coates thought he made the save. The officials are still talking about it. We'll be back. While the Cleveland offense tries to figure that blitz out, we'll remind you, coming up the Nextel halftime report, Jim, Dan, Dion, and Boomer have today's scores and highlights on the Nextel halftime report, a minute 37 playing seconds from now.
Yeah, and I want to hear what they have to say about this game. But, first off, excellent job today. I got a chance again to watch the pregame show. I really enjoyed it. But I listened to Boomer Esiason, too. He said he was going to watch this game close. He's tired of talking about the Cleveland Browns quarterback. But I think it's a conversation that I'm sure he's going to talk about, and Greg and you and I are going to talk about it, because the offense has struggled mightily, and Kelly Holcomb is limping. I think that's a tremendous factor in the decision the coach has to make at halftime.
Jeff Garcia's quick pitch out to Garrison Hurst, out to almost the 25-yard line. I asked you during the timeout, it's a tough decision for Butch Davis. Do you go with your starting quarterback who's obviously hampered physically, or do you go with a healthy backup in Tim Couch?
It is tough. And
quick pass. Ty Street made the catch at the 37-yard line. It is ruled, and now an incomplete catch ruled from the other side of the field. So it'll be 3rd and 6.
So this Cleveland defense has done a really solid job. The goal line stand has kept them in the football game, but they're hustling. You can see when you watch them play, Dave Campo, new defensive coordinator, that they have the speed, they have a lot of talent to get it done. And the biggest thing of all, they're not letting the 49ers, they did not let the 49ers run the football at will against them.
Garcia steps up on the move, throws, it's Owens, 45, midfield and out of bounds. Robert Griffith finally caught up with him and ran him out of bounds, but there's a perfect example of what Jeff Garcia does so well.
Lane integrity by the defensive line is not there. As you look to the outside, Jeff Garcia moved up. When he moved up, it made one of the defensive backs come up towards the line of scrimmage. It wasn't Anthony Henry. I could not pick out the number. It was Chris Cooper who was covering Terrell Owens. It's not him either. But whoever was on the outside moved. That created a throwing lane.
Garcia throws far side. Nice hands again. Owens, and Owens is wrapped up at about the 45-yard line. Clock continues to move, coming up on 50 seconds to play, and we have a timeout on the field. 49ers use their last timeout. 53 seconds to play in the first half.
CBS.
The Cleveland Browns have allowed their opponents to score points in the final 2 minutes of every half they've played so far this year. That's a string they'd like to cut short.
Yeah, that's a really good stat too, Greg. You know, I'm not a crazy stat guy, but this is one tells me a few things. They probably had some good field position, but a lot of times when it gets near the end of a half or anything, you get a little too conservative. You give up plays that you wouldn't normally give up if it was the first quarter or early in the second quarter. So be aggressive all the way to the end.
49ers are out of timeouts. Garcia on the move, throwing down the sideline. It is out of bounds. Brandon Lloyd, the rookie out of Illinois, 49ers fourth-round draft pick, making the dive for it.
Well, let me tell you what, the one thing that the Cleveland Browns are doing, they're getting some pressure on Jeff Garcia. Mark Ward gets in there, hits him, but also Courtney Brown, Gerard Warren push the pocket. If they don't, there was a receiver wide open down the field who Jeff Garcia could not get the football to. So the front four are doing I think overall having a pretty good first half, putting pressure on the passer.
3rd and 7. Garcia looking at the play clock, which is now down to 2, down to 1, and they get the play off in time. Throwing. That's complete inside the 35-yard line to Owens, and that's a first down.
How about that? Throw it up to the big guy. That's what that was. Well covered.
And Garcia spikes the ball to stop the clock at 31 seconds.
You know, sometimes Terrell Owens says, hey, just throw it to me. And I got to tell you the truth. I agree, because he will, if you do it enough, he'll learn to protect the quarterback. Chris Crocker was in good position. Garcia throws it up. Terrell Owens, so even if he was covered, probably would have pushed Crocker out of the way and still made the catch. And I don't think the 49ers, the old way of doing it, throw the short pass, make sure you complete it. It's going to take a while to get rid of that and throw it down the field and take some chances and get big plays.
2nd and 10. Crossing pattern. Owens again. 25. Loses ground and back to the 28-yard line.
Know the situation. He tried to get out of bounds, but when you can't, get the extra 2 yards to help your field goal unit.
Coming up on 10 seconds. Garcia not going to spike it, instead throws it away over here. And 4 seconds remain, and that'll bring the field goal unit on.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. I think we were here, was it last year or 2 years ago? Similar situation. Jeff Garcia tried to make a play. First half ran out the time. So give your team at least the opportunity to add 3 points to the score.
This will be about a 44-yard field goal attempt by Owen Pochman.
What win there is going towards the 49ers offense and to Owen Pochman.
From 44 yards out. Pochman kick is good. Once again, the Browns surrender some points in the final 2 minutes. But 2 field goals is all that they've been able to register against the Cleveland Browns. Let's go down to Armin.
Thank you, Greg. Coach, Kelly's obviously struggling physically. Your thoughts behind keeping him in the game, and will you make a change to Tim in the second?
He's fine. No, it's no problem. He got his ankle kicked, and he's fine.
You're going to stay with him then?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Greg.
All right, Armin, thank you. That's the end of the first half with our score. The 49ers 6 and Cleveland nothing. We'll come back with the Nextel halftime report from New York after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
New season.